Hey guys, how's everything going? Welcome back to a new futures video, my road to $10,000 in payout series. And in case you guys are new, I'm basically documenting my journey to getting to $10,000 in payouts. And of course, after that, start scaling. I'm kind of like new to futures. I started trading futures at mid-July, and I'm currently very locked in. Also, in case you guys don't know, I'm mostly a forex swing trader that started trading futures just because I see a huge potential with prop firms, futures prop firms. I see that there is a huge potential in achieving a great ROI. That's exactly why I'm doing so. And also that's exactly why I'm showing you guys and documenting everything with full transparency. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me show you how I'm doing with my accounts specifically, and then I'm going to show you the trades I took this week. So starting with Lucid, I currently have 3 evals active, right? I blew a couple of them, but I have 3 active right now that are basically one trade away from passing. So this one right here, which is a Lucid 50K Flex account, is currently at $52,131. So basically this is the profit. I need 3,000. I risk 1,000 on each trade, aiming for a 1 to 1.5 RR. So in this case, I need even less. I need actually like a negative RR, and then I'll be able to pass the account. Then I have this one that is currently at 51,897. Again, I just need another winning trade and I'll secure another funded account. And then this one that is currently at $51,536, which again, same case specifically, I just need one more trade and I'll pass this account, right? So these are my 3 evals on Lucid, and then I have 2 on Top Step. One that is currently this one that is basically sitting at $1,790. This is the balance right here, 51,790. So I basically just need one trade to pass the account. I basically, on every single challenge or eval, I risk the same, $1,000, aiming for a 1 to 1.5 RR, mainly because the 2 firms that I'm using right now, which is TopStep and Lucid, have consistency rule on the eval. Okay, so that's basically why I can't just go for bigger RRs. I just secure my winning day and then I trade the next day. So this is how this account is doing. And then I have another account that is currently at $51,196. This account is not one trade away from passing. This account is actually 2 trades away from passing because I wasn't able to, on the winning day, on the winning trade, secure 1,500. I actually closed earlier. So in this case, I basically need 2 more trades. So one trade more of 1,500 and the other one a very small trade so that I can secure and respect the consistency rule and hopefully pass this account. But the important part here is I have an account that is eligible for a payout, bro. As you guys know me, I've shown everything with full transparency and I haven't requested a single payout with futures yet. And I've invested a good chunk amount of money actually with no payouts at all. So of course, being able to, for the first time, you see this dashboard that I know it's not a very big payout because this account is currently at $51,519. So it'll be like a $750 payout. Of course, feels amazing to at least see this right here, right? The thing is, just being honest with you guys, I want to also ask you, what do you think in the comments down below of this video? I'm not sure if requesting the payout yet or waiting to grow this account or their balance to 52,000. Why 52,000? Because on Lucid, you can only request 50% of the profit. So this is my profit right here. That's exactly why if I request a payout now, it will be a $750 payout approximately, right? But if I grow this account to 52,000, I'll be able to request 50% of the $2,000 profit, which is $1,000 in profit or $1,000 payout. So that's exactly why I'm not sure if requesting now or waiting so that I can request a $1,000 payout and of course be closer to achieving a positive ROI and kind of like recovering at least 50% of what I've invested in challenges right now, right? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna of course think about it the rest kind of like weekend or so and make a decision on Monday. But we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted and keep you guys tuned. But of course, I want to kind of like ask you, what do you think, if I should request that now or if I should wait to grow to $2,000 in profit? Also important to mention, the reason, of course, why I was also thinking growing a little bit is because as soon as I request this payout, this trails to 50,100 and it stays there. So of course, if I request a $750 payout, I'll basically have just a room of around $600. So of course, I'll have to decrease my risk. Instead of risking $500, I'll have to risk around 300 and basically have just two shots to or blow the account or grow the account back in profit. So I don't know. I'm just thinking here out loud. I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? And well, that's at least something that I wanted to show you guys, that at least right now I'm eligible for a payout, and that feels really nice. Now, jumping into the trades I took this week. As you guys can see, it was a very good trading week. I'm actually currently, because I know you guys want to get this trading journal, which is basically where I'm kind of like journaling absolutely everything, all my trades, all my accounts, all my numbers, all my business metrics and everything. I'm actually also creating something similar to TradeSella, because TradeSella only allows me to have 50 accounts, as you guys can see right here, 50 active accounts. So there's going to be a point where I'll be out of this and I don't want to pay like $200 per month, just being honest. So I'm building my own, which looks something like this. But of course, it's currently in development and I'm working hard so that I can actually launch this to the public, launch this to you guys so that you guys can, of course, get it. But yeah, in simple words, if I show you guys the trades real quick, let me actually show you guys how we did this week. Guys, before I continue, I want to show you something real quick. I know most of you guys watching my content are Forex traders, and that's exactly why I want to show you this great opportunity with one of my favorite firms at the moment, which is Ola Prime. I've been speaking about Ola Prime for a while already, and they recently launched a new account that in my opinion is just a game changer. The account is this one right here. It's called the One Step Boost account. And what makes this account absolutely insane is the fact that they're offering an account with a 500x leverage. And here are the rules summarized, very simple. So basically it's a one-step account, 8% profit target, and you have up to 500x leverage on major and minor pairs. So this, of course, is for my Forex fellow traders. You have 0 minimum trading days, which means you can literally pass the account in one single day. And you have a 3% daily loss, 6% trailing max loss, up to 90% reward split, and you can trade news and everything in the challenge account, which of course helps you to pass your account in one single day if you want to. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting this account with my code, which is Rosal, you can get the best discount at the moment. So if we click here and we put Rosal, you're going to get automatically the best discount right now, which is a 20% off on the account. So yes, guys, I wanted to show you this account. In my opinion, it's a very good option if you guys, of course, want to pass an account as fast as possible. But as always, if you guys, of course, ask me, my favorite account is actually the two-step prime account. I believe is the best account for swing traders. That again, if you, of course, you guys go here, you go to the step prime account, and again, you use my code, which is Rosal, you're going to get a 20% off as well. So yes, guys, that's what I wanted to show you. I know most of you guys who watch my content consistently are swing traders and also Forex traders. So I wanted to show you this great opportunity. Remember to use my code Rosal to get the best discount with Ola Prime. Let's keep going with the rest of the video. So we actually closed in this profit right there. And let's open each one of these trades. But actually, before showing you the trades, I want to show you guys my numbers, always with full transparency, my business numbers. Right now, I've invested a total of $2,071. This is USD, important to mention, right? And, oops, and, this is basically my monthly analysis. So on July, I invested $938. This is my investment. And on August, $1,132 so far. What's my ROI this month and this month? 0. As you guys can see, 0 and 0, or in other words, minus 100, right? Because I've requested 0 payout so far. So there's no ROI at all. Like you guys can see, my P&L for the business is currently minus $2,071. So I need at least 2,000 to put myself in a break-even spot. That's exactly what I was asking, or I don't even know if actually requesting a payout now or not, or just waiting, right? Simple as that. And my numbers right now, I have 6 active accounts. One of them is basically funded right now. I've blown 13 evals, and this is something that, of course, worries me a bit because I've disrespected my rules multiple times, as you guys can see right here, which is basically the percentages of trades that have followed my rules. This should be 100%. This basically says goal 100%, but it's currently in 81%, which means that I've disrespected my rules many times. We can see here in trades, you guys can see that this column that says if I follow my rule or not, there's multiple ones that says no. No. And this is something that, of course, skews my data, and number 2, keeps me away from profitability and keeps me away from actually achieving great results with prop firms. So something that I'm working on a lot. I'm working on actually respecting my roles at its finest and keeping myself super locked in, following my system. But just something I wanted to show you, because trading is not always just perfect environments, perfect situations, just profits and only passing accounts, getting funded, receiving payouts. There's some also negative things about it that we need to keep, of course, ourselves accountable, and we need to, of course, show to the world how trading actually works. And that's just being transparent, right? And yeah, man, those are basically my numbers. My win rate live is currently 45,000. I want to push that to something closer to my backtesting results, which is around 50 to 51%. So of course, if I improve this and I start respecting more my roles, my win rate is going to be increased substantially. There's a direct correlation between both. So of course, if I increase this is going to increase. So that's kind of like my main purpose right now, so that this pass rate can increase and my numbers are going to be just way better, right? Now, let's jump into my dashboard. Let's show you guys the trades. So the Monday, I basically took 4 trades. I don't know why it says 2 trades, but I basically took 4 trades. If we open the screenshot real quick, this were the trades. So this was fair price. This is exactly where market opened, 29 a.m. This is the candle, so 9:30 where it opens. Then we broke structure to the upside, perfect valid setup, continuation trade. We lost. Then we just consolidated for a second. Then I took another entry, a long position, as soon as we broke structure to the upside with this candle, and it consolidated and we lost again. This week, just so you guys know, and you guys are going to realize in the next upcoming screenshots, this week was very consolidated, or in other words, price was always just pinpointing the preferred price. You guys are going to see that every single day, basically every single day, was a consolidated market, especially in New York. Asia was a bit cleaner, but in New York, bro, was like continuation trades were literally not working at all. Most of my losses were continuation trades this week. Reversion trades worked really good. In this case, another trade here. In this case, it was a break even. Why break even? Because I saw real quick how price went up, broke structure, but we were already at fair price, so there was no reason for me to hold this trade for longer. So as soon as price retraced, I just moved stops to break even. That was a good decision. And then this one, that it was a nice reversion. We consolidated, then we broke structure here, and it was a nice 1 to 1.5 RR, right? So that was the trade right there. Then we had Tuesday, right? We actually took a bunch of trades. Let me actually show you real quick. So we basically took this one. Remember that, of course, that's why exactly I'm working on this right here, because in here I actually have the proper trades. So for example, this day was August 18th. August 18th. August 18th. For example, here I actually have all the trades journaled. As you guys can see, all the trades journaled in here, right? But unfortunately, in this case, because of the accounts and everything, it doesn't kind of like show every single trade. But either way, I'm gonna show you basically the session real quick. So we basically first took a nice win. We broke structure to the upside, and then actually this was a loss. Yeah, it was a loss. It was very close to actually hit our TP. We broke structure to the upside. Then price went very close to our TP, and then we retraced. So we lost the trade there. Actually, I took 2 trades. So the first one broke structure here, and the next one also broke structure here. So 2 valid trades, and they both lost. So basically in just 2 minutes, as soon as the market opened, I already was 2R down, which is not the best way to start a session. Then we came back. We broke structure to the downside here. I took another short, and this was another losing trade. So these are all continuation trades that, as you guys can see, they were just not working this week. Simple as that. Then we came back to fair price right away. Then we broke structure one more time, another continuation trade, and we boom, pushed back again to fair price. So if I was actually taking reversions this session, I would have been like 4R right away. Then I took this short right here that was unfortunate. We broke structure here. But with this week right there, I got stopped out, and then price ran to RTP. So unfortunately, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 losing trades right away. Then I took this reversion trade as soon as price broke structure to the upside. It lost, and then I took this continuation trade, this reversion trade. My idea was hold it back to fair price, but I actually closed it at 1 to 1.5 RR. Sorry, 1 to 2 RR just to secure a bit and kind of like at least not close a day so red. But either way, it was a red day for sure. As you guys can see right here, it was a red day. Then I took this session on Wednesday. if we actually open the screenshots. So this session, I actually traded New York session. I traded the news reversion of 2 p.m. FOMC. So it was FOMC at 2 p.m. So basically on news, what I try to do is revert news, something that I've been testing and it works really, really good. And then Asia session as well. So let me first open New York. New York, very simple and straightforward. Finally, a continuation that worked this week. We broke structure, right? I took the short as soon as market opened and then nice win. Then I took another continuation trade as soon as we broke all this structure here. Took this one, it worked as well. Then I took this break of structure to the upside, aiming for fair price. Fair price was around this area and this one lost. And then I waited for another proper break of structure, which this one, and I took this one and it worked as well. I was also planning to aim for fair price. In this case, as you guys can see, I should have held for longer. I closed because I was afraid. Honestly speaking, I was afraid and I should have waited or hold the trade for longer. But in this case, I didn't. So of course, we only were able to capitalize on a 1 to 1.5 instead of like almost a 1 to 3. This reversion trades when its price is very far away from fair price are those ones that I should be holding for longer for sure. Then if we open FOMC, this was a nice trade. So this was basically FOMC right here. We can see that we pushed up. You guys could have maybe take this continuation trade. But what I do is, or what I've learned, I actually learned from a guy called JJ Simon, which is price is actually priced in, and I've noticed that a lot, when there's high impact news. In this case, it was FOMC. Price came up, so we reverted back to fair price, which is basically the candle before FOMC. And then price just pushed lower, very far away from fair price. So what I did was right away, I took this long position with this displacement candle, aiming for what? For the fair price of FOMC. Another situation, I wanted to trail stops and hold the trade for longer, as you guys can see, but I decided to close buffer fear and I was only able to capitalize on a 1 to 1.5 RR instead of like a 1 to 3 again. So another lesson of this week is I need to hold trades for longer and just be more comfortable of doing so. Then Asia session, as you guys can see, it was a very, very good session right here. I basically took this short position. So this was 6 p.m. open, right? And then this was Asia open right here. So first I took a reversion of 6 p.m., which was this one price. We can see that we opened 6 p.m. here. There was no valid break of structure in all this move. I wanted to revert that move, and this was the first break of structure to the downside. I took this short and it worked perfectly and actually was in confluence with Asia open. So of course I moved stops to break even on Asia open because there's a lot of volatility. And I was able to take also a short on this Asia open. It was a big mistake because I took a very big stop loss instead of a short one. If it was a smaller stop loss, it would have been also a nice TP on this continuation. But of course, because I realized my stop loss was very big, I just moved stops to break even when price came very close to TP and then retraced. Then I took this trade right here. It was a very bad trade. I was just basically aiming for fair price, but honestly, I wanted price to reach 6 p.m., but I didn't actually realize that we were also trading on fair price of Asia open. So this was a bad loss. Then this one right here was a FOMO trade for sure. My bias was short. I wanted price to come down. And well, I actually took this long and I lost. So those were the trades there. And that was basically all for Wednesday. Then Thursday, if we open here, I traded again, New York session, 6 p.m. session, and then Asia session. So first New York, I took one trade here, this long position, continuation trade, it didn't work. Another continuation trade didn't work. As you guys can see, continuation trades were just getting cooked this week. We consolidated for a while. Then I took this short position, which this was the worst trade I took in the entire week. I just wanted to ping pong or kind of like target fair price again, knowing that we were just going up, down, up, down, up, down. But this was not a displacement candle. I just entered shorts here. I lost. Then I took this short. This was a nice displacement candle. This one lost. Then I took this displacement candle. This one won. I don't know why I targeted 1 to 1 instead of a 1 to 1.5. My mistake there. Then I took this long position for a continuation trade. This one was a winning trade. And then this displacement candle to the downside, aiming again for the fair price. So kind of like my entire execution this week was just ping-ponging, or just as soon as I saw price leaving away a bit from fair price, I was immediately targeting price back to fair price because it was a very consolidated market and all my rules were in place, right? So that was the Asia, the New York session. Then we had the 6 p.m. session. that I took this nice reversion trade. We opened here. This was 6 p.m. open, as you guys can see. So as soon as I saw price leaving or kind of like keeping away or just moving away from 6 p.m. open, I just reversed that move. This was a displacement candle, and I aimed for a 1 to 1.5 RR, so nice trade there. And then Asia session, which was a chaos. There were a bunch of opportunities, some valid, some not, but simple words. This was basically Asia open, as you guys can see, and this was 6 p.m. So I was basically aiming or to 6 p.m. or to Asia open. Honestly, I wanted price to reach Asia open, but I was kind of like targeting my TPs to 6 p.m., right? So so we opened here, Asia open, we moved up. We actually moved away a lot from not only Asia, but also 6 p.m. Then this candle, you guys can see this displacement, the first displacement candle, I took the short, aiming for 6 p.m., nice 1 to 1.5 RR. Then we consolidated, we moved away again from 6 p.m. and Asia. So as soon as I saw this displacement candle, I took another short, perfect, nice, another 1 to 1.5 RR. Then I basically just took the short position, aiming for Asia open. In this case, I closed up break even because of fear, because of disrespecting my roles, and it worked out perfectly. So it would have been another TP. So basically 3 TPs in a row. So unfortunate for that. Then I basically, as soon as price reached Asia open, I wanted price to retrace again to 6 p.m. Again, just ping point. And in this case, I saw this displacement candle. I took this long, nice 1 to 1.5 RR. Then this one right here, this was a nice displacement candle, aiming again for 6 p.m. In this case, it didn't work. Then this one, this was not a displacement candle. This was not a valid trade. So I lost in this one, but again, it's aiming for 6 p.m. Then I just waited and I waited for the first break of structure. This could have been this one, but I missed out on that one. And I took this short right here as soon as price broke this structure right there. And I was aiming for Asia open, but mostly 6 p.m. I was literally mostly aiming for 6 p.m. as you guys can see right here. So my TP was here. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take this I'm going to take this short. I know it's going to take some time, but I'm going to entirely aim and hold the trade to 6 p.m. no matter what. But in this move right here, as you guys can see with this candle, I just decided to trail my stop and close at around 1 to 1.5 or something. And then guess what? Immediately we came down to 6 p.m. This would have been a 1-2-4 or 1-2-3 RR, and this would have secured a payout on my funded account because this was taken on my funded account. This would have put my balance at 2,000 in profit, so 52,000. So of course, it was annoying, but it is what it is. That was basically on Thursday. And then finally on Friday, we basically took, this was New York session. So I took this continuation trade, this short, as you guys can see, nice trade. Then I took this long. This was not a valid displacement. I understand that I wanted to aim for a price here. But still, I'm not pissed as it was not the worst trade, but it was not the best trade either. But well, I lost in that trade. Then he took this short position. Price basically consolidated. Then it came down and then boom, we got stopped out. So unfortunate. And then, bro, I actually didn't take the most clean long position in the entire week. I was actually confused with yesterday's fair price when honestly, when I'm backtesting, I just look at today's, or in this case, Friday's day fair price, which was this one. This was a valid reversion. What trades, for example, this displacement candle, this one right here to the upside, or for example, this break of structure right here, or this break of structure right here, or this break of structure right here. There were thousands of opportunities for me to get involved in this move right here, targeting fair price, and that would have been like a 1 to 5 RR trade. But well, I was able to enter here in this displacement candle, aiming for fair price. So this was a nice TP. And then as soon as we reach fair price, I just wanted to ping pong back again, where honestly to this consolidated area, but of course I was not gonna aim for that long because it was Friday. So as soon as I saw the displacement candle, I entered shorts 1 to 1.5 RR, a nice win. But honestly, the big issue was that I missed out on this huge move to the upside on Friday. And that was annoying, of course. And that was basically my week, guys, to close with $6,024. The reason also why I'm building this calendar is because I don't like to measure things in P&L or in monetary number. I prefer measuring things on R, because in this specific thing, there's some accounts that I took, or there's some trades that I took it with $500 risk, which is my funded accounts, and some trades that were taken with $1,000 risk, right? So of course, The monetary thing says absolutely nothing because I might actually have a very good week, but because I was risking $500 on the funded, maybe it shows in negative because the trades I lost were on evals, you know what I mean? So I was losing 1,000 and I was winning less because I was risking 500 on the funded. So this is just a mess. So that's why I prefer, and I'm building this to measure things in our multiple, right? Which is, in my opinion, the best way to measure your performance in the long run. And that was all for this week, guys. As you guys can see, a good week in general. It was a very good week. Most importantly, of course, the idea now is to pass these evals, get funded with this ones, as well as with these two top step accounts. And hopefully, well, or either get to 52,000 balance or request my first payout. I'll make a decision, but of course, I need your help. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, that was basically all for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember that in the description, guys, have all the platforms I use. There's the best discounts with them. If you guys want to support my content, well, you guys can use, of course, my discount code that, again, I'm going to leave it in the description of this video. And yeah, stay tuned because very, very soon I'll be dropping this journal right here where you guys can, of course, track all your trades and most importantly, all your business numbers so that you know if you're actually having a positive ROI trading platforms or not. So yeah, man, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.